Nope, this is going live. We're live. Yep, I'm live. Hello there, all you bucket heads, and welcome to another episode of the Moses Organized Podcast on the internet. Welcome to Under the Helmet Podcast. If you like what you see here today, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe. We are having some technical issues because we are trying to stream directly through YouTube, and we are learning this process as it comes. Truly earning our name. We're trying to see if we can get to have both Eli and myself in the stream. Fun times, fun times. But I just went to like the manage live, Eli. We're on the phone right now, but I went to the manage live and just hit the. We are indeed back. We are indeed somewhat back. Is that Eli in the chat? A hold on. I'm gonna turn my Bluetooth off and just put my phone on speaker. We are indeed figuring things out. Say something.
Hello, everyone. I'm the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention. It's everything is indeed fine.
Situation totally normal. There is a reason why we are at the most disorganized podcast. Today we're going to do a sponsored, not sponsored segment. This episode is totally not sponsored by Count Chocula because I just got out of bed and we are eating chocolate cereal this morning. Yes, it's very good.
Wait a second. Oh goodness. Okay.
Type in chat. Type in chat if you want me to do an ASMR. Let's see. I wonder if I can click share. No ASMR. No headphone warning. None of this.
Dylan, your count chocolate is falling out.
It's delicious. So we will. I say we just roll with the setup we have right now. I think it's worth it.
Roll with this setup.
We'll roll with this setup right now. It's working. It is indeed.
Okay.
We are indeed figuring things out. So, Eli, what you been up to?
Sorry, what? Me?
Yes.
Currently trying to figure out our freaking.
We can reg it in two different places.
It is only available on mobile.
Are you able to hop in on mobile?
Maybe? I don't know. It's
like, I wonder if so. We are. This is why it's a chill Sunday stream because we are figuring out new software. So I went into YouTube on my phone. I'm gonna change accounts over to the Under the Helmet one because I have my own YouTube account. Ooh, don't follow me. I don't post anything. That's okay. I don't post anything on my other social media either. I posted some Lego pictures the other day though, because our hyperfixation has changed.
I like it.
Also, just to
have been Armageddon's Buster's grind.
Nice. Just to clear the air. For those who have noticed, my voice does sound a little different today. I have been working at a haunted house as a scare actor, and part of my role requires me to scream and yell. So my voice is a little hoarse today. We put through 1,300 people last night, and
Oh, wow.
it feels like it. It feels like it. We put through a lot of people.
That's fair.
I had some pretty funny interactions though, so that's always a plus.
Nice.
Let's see. I'm trying to
Because I've got my own
account.
Basement Beskar also has its own Google account, so we can stream using them as well.
Are you able to hop into the stream on the Basement Beskar one? I wonder.
That's what I'm wondering.
We are. Oops, switch account. There you go. YouTube. Thank you for making it easy for my dumb ass. But yeah, so I have Under the Helmet pulled up on my phone. Next. I don't care about the U tab. So I go to U. I go to your videos.
Oh god, where's the Ghostbusters theme playing from?
Live.
I can't tell.
Oh, does it even know that we're live right now? I wonder. Bad apple, but played on apples. Let's see. I wonder if there is a way to look at the live that I'm currently on YouTube. Hey, at YouTube support, hit us up. We're struggling. Your movies.
At YouTube support, please make it easier for people who don't live in the same place to stream together.
For real. We just want to have little silly, goofy times of whimsy. But yeah, so anyways, we'll let me get back on the haunted house. So it's been a ton of fun. If you are in the Charleston, South Carolina area, definitely check it out. It's called Southern Screams. It is an amazing company run by some amazing people, and we have a absolute blast. We're also, if haunted houses aren't your thing, we are also doing a Christmas event. It's called Holy City Christmas, and it's completely different from the haunted house. It is like Santa's workshop. You have elves, you have fake snow. It's a lot of great. It's a lot of fun. It's great for the little kiddies, whereas this event is not great for the little kiddies. And you know what? Actually, this is the perfect segment. Perfect segment. Rant time. Let's go. It's a rant time. We've made it 7 minutes into the video. Let's get it. So, our haunted house is clearly rated for ages 13 and older. Okay? Just 13 and older.
Okay.
Callahan, I will send you a photo later. I did wear something similar to the Bunny the Elf costume last year. And I was a cute little twink elf. But anyways, so if you are an adult and you have small children, like from anywhere from like age 5 to like, I don't know, 12, like 12 maybe. But if you have a kid, if you have like a small child, like elementary aged children, they should not be coming to a haunted house. That is irresponsible parenting. It is very, it's hard on the actors because we feel bad because we're like, oh, I just made that child cry. Like there's been multiple times this season where there have been children going through the house, boo-hoo tears going down their face, talking about like, mommy, I want to go home, mommy, I'm scared, like genuinely like upset. Like that's traumatizing for a child. You are a bad parent. Do better. Hey, we gotta do better. Let's go. We gotta do better. We did it. But for real, so if you're a parent, don't bring your small children to a haunted house. I had a lady who, I shit you not, brought a baby, a fucking newborn, to the haunted house. A newborn, a like infant swaddled in her arms. And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this. I don't know how to act. Because, like,
so many questions.
Yes, a newborn. Like, she popped it out, and on like the second or third day, the baby could go outside. They're like, let's go to the haunted house. And then they did. Wild screams and sounds. And like, I would not do that because you want a baby to sleep.
Right.
Craziness. Yeah, so, and here's the thing. Here's another haunted house rant. Here we go. You get two. You get two today. It's kind of related, but if you are a person, so Psychologists have often said that there are three responses to fear. There is fight, there is flight, and there is freeze. If you are a flight or a freeze when you get scared, come on to the haunted house. Enjoy it. Have a great time. You know, absolutely enjoy yourself. Go through. If you know, there are people that like to enjoy. We do something. I know Disney Parks does something like the no boo bands, or like, you know, we do something called Scare with Care, and it's basically designed for people who want to experience the haunted house, but don't necessarily want the intensity or don't want to be the focus of the scare. They wear like a glow stick necklace on, and perfectly fine, perfectly valid. You should absolutely do that. Do what is best for your mental health. I'm going to say that straight up. And now I'm going to say something that is going to sound like I'm against that, but I'm not. Do not, if you are the no boo band or the Scare with Care person, do not be at the front of the fucking line. Because most of the scares are triggered by seeing the person. Like in my scare in particular, I'm hiding behind a corner. I'm looking at a mark on the wall. And when I see foot, or I see a shadow, or I see someone's shoulder cross that mark on the wall, I know it's time to jump out and scare them. Do not put the person that does not want to be scared at the front of your group, because more often than not, they will get scared and they will be upset and they will feel like, oh, well, paid extra money for this, don't scare me pass. And I got scared the whole time. That's not okay. Don't do that. Don't be an asshole. So if you have a friend that's Scared with Care or no boo band or anything like that, don't put them at the front of the line. Do not make them the target for the scarers. Also, if someone is like obviously freaking out and like very afraid and very terrified, do not present them to the actor and be like, here is a sacrifice, and then run away. You're a dick. I don't like you. Like, that's so mean to do to your friends. Genuinely. It's very upsetting. And then let's see. What other haunted house shticks have I had? Oh yeah, back on fight or flight. If your trigger response is fight, do not go through a haunted house. Keep your fucking hands to your goddamn self. I have been slapped or walked into or something like that at least 7 times this year that I can count. We've been running for about, I think, 12 or 13 nights, and 7 times in that whole time. And some nights where it only happened once. Like, here's the thing. There is, and I want to caveat by saying there is a difference between. I agree. I agree, Psychic Red. You should be able to physically maim them. This is a joke. This is a meme. Please don't take this seriously. You should be able to chop them up into little tiny pieces and serve them to your chickens in Minecraft. See, YouTube, I said it was okay because I prefaced the violent thing by saying in Minecraft. But anyways, you should not, like, our haunt is no touching. Know the rules of your haunt before you go in. There's a difference between accidentally touching somebody or like for example, last night, I'll give you a really good example. I'll give you 2 examples of things that are acceptable. And again, every actor is different and some things that are unacceptable. So, for example, last night, I jumped out at these 2 ladies, and again, my scare is popping out of a corner. And I popped out, and the lady screamed, and she did a quick, like, smack, like that. She popped me in the chest, and then immediately realized what she did and apologized. She said, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I looked at her and I broke character and I said, "Hey, you're good. Don't worry about it." That is fine. We had another instance where this little tiny old lady straight up decked one of our actors. And again, that's okay. because it's a little old lady. She didn't hurt him, and she immediately apologized and said, "I'm so sorry. And that was an accident. I will do better to keep my hands up." That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. That is the experience that we understand that some people may not exactly know their trigger response when it comes to being scared. So that's perfectly fine. And like some people I'll scare and they'll like, they'll throw their fists up. Now let's talk about things to not do. All right. I was in another scare one night. I did a drop panel. I dropped the panel down. I scared the front of the group. I went to scare the back of the group. And then I felt a smack in the back of my head. So, me being like, someone just, smacked me. I went around because I had another part of that scare and I popped out at the group and I said, "Which one of you hit me?" And this lady, who was obviously incredibly drunk, proceeds to flip me the bird, put her like finger in my face. And yeah, Dylan's do's and don'ts with the haunted house. Absolutely. She like flips me the bird, put her finger in my face, and was like, "Fuck you, you fucking bitch." And I was too stunned to speak. I was like, "What? What do you what?" Don't do that. That's number one. The scare actors are people. The things in the haunted house are people. Please treat us like people. I know that is a crazy thing to assume and to think is, hey, treat us like people, but genuinely treat the scare actors like people. I'm dead ass serious. It is blowing to me and mind boggling to me that people do not respect the people in the haunted house. Also, if I have one more goddamn middle school kid that comes through and screams back
Oh
at me,
boy.
or like gets in my face, or says some dumb shit, like, listen, middle schoolers banned. Get the fuck out. If you're gonna be a dickhead, don't show up. Genuinely, don't be a dick. Like, again, there is a difference between like not being scared and like, because I've popped out at some people and I've tried to scare them and they just kind of like are not scared. That's fine. You don't have to go to a haunted house and be scared. But don't like actively try to antagonize the kids, the actors. Like, I had this kid do it, and his parents were right behind him, and the whole time he's like getting up in my face and kind of like blowing up to me like, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "You're one false move away, because I ain't the one." And most of us are. Everybody is gonna have a different response. Don't touch me. Don't. We are no touching. Do not touch people. And here's the thing: if you go to a house, a haunt that does allow the actors to touch you, more often than not, you have to sign like a waiver. That does not give you the right to touch them back. Okay, you are there for the experience. You're there to be scared. You are not there to 1v1 the goddamn axe guy. Okay, you're not gonna have your superhero moment standing up to the guy with the chainsaw. You are not him. You are not him. You are not her. You are not them. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. You're just annoying. You're a nuisance. And we don't like you. And we talk shit about you behind your back. So, genuinely, so like at the end of the night for my haunt, we all, because we're right next to a brewery and we're sponsored by the brewery, we go inside there afterwards and we sit there and we talk about our night. We talk about like what happened and we talk shit. We talk so much shit about people that come through. So if you're an asshole, guess what? Shit is being talked about you. Plan accordingly. Don't be a dickhead. But anyways, so that's haunted house do's and don'ts. Also, I want to share another funny experience I had where I popped out at this one group, and it was a middle-aged couple. I'd like Gen Xers types. Guy was had a short, semi buzzed haircut, like very very well maintained. He had like a grunt style shirt on, so obviously ex military. I pop out, I go to do my scare. and he catches my wrist, and we stare at each other for a good second. And we both stared at each other, and I kind of just like nod to the guy, and he like let's go. He was like, "My bad, dude." That's fine. That was funny because that is something that was trained into his head of like if someone comes at you with a weapon, you immobilize the arm with the weapon. And he caught that shit, and it was great. As somebody who is a martial arts enjoyer, that shit was funny to me. I laughed. Some people might feel differently. I thought that was funny. I thought that was perfectly acceptable. Because again, sometimes you can't control those things, but you be wary of them and you be nice about it. And you, if you like mess up, apologize. Majority of people that do apologize. Also, one more thing, one more big thing. Give us some fucking space. Most of us are wearing masks, and we have about this much visibility per eye.
I was gonna say it is not great.
So, with that being said, do not walk close to us and then be surprised when we bump into you or we touch you with our prop. Because guess what, dumbass? We can't fucking see you. I had an instance with that last night where this lady was surprised, like the butt of my little fake hatchet. And mind you, it's foam. It's a foam hatchet, dude. But the foam hatchet like touched her hand. And she was like, "Oh my God, it touched me." When you're like this distance from me. Like, I wouldn't even say spitting distance. You're like breathing distance, dude. Like, if you sneezed right now, I would be covered with your droplets of snot. So, give us some space. I know it's designed to be tight and claustrophobic and to invoke fear. No way. But like in my room, for example, there is enough space. And I have set my scare up to push people away from me. Yes, sometimes I will get in people's business. I will get closer, or I will like lunge or something like that. If that happens, that's an accident. I'm not intentionally trying to touch people. But also, if you are not scared, you can still back away from the person and be cool. I will say though, one thing I do enjoy are people that come through and like actively want me to get their friends. I think that's pretty funny sometimes. Where people will come through and they'll be like, "Hey, get the guy behind me." Or like, because sometimes people will go ahead if they're like genuinely not scared, but their friend is, they'll be like, "Get the person behind me" or something. That I think is funny. That's harmless fun. That's part of the humor. Everybody's gonna think differently. Now, don't in this situation, don't be the person that spoils the scare for your other friends. You won't tell me how many times people go corner peeking and then they go, "Ha ha, I saw you. I saw you." Wait, you're telling me somebody tried to jump scare me in a haunted house? No way. That's crazy. You're a loser and I don't like you. Genuinely. If you give the same vibe as the person in class that goes, "Teacher, you forgot to discuss the homework." Yeah, you're that fucker. You're a nerd. I don't like you. I love nerds.
Wait a second, but Dylan, we're nerds.
Yes, but I'm a nerd in the sense of I collect Legos. You're a nerd in the sense of you ruin everybody's fun. Don't be that nerd. Again, I understand, the point of going to a haunted house is to get scared. I'm on the spectrum, and even I know, like, hey, come on now. The social context of this situation is to have people try to scare you. It's meant to be loud. It's meant to be overstimulating. Congratulations. Welcome to Haunted House 101. I'm wearing headphones the whole time. Like, for me, I have my earbuds in, and chances are I'm either listening to the Broski Report or I am listening to some kind of podcast. I listened to Clone Army Radio one night, so shout out to Clone Army. Yep, I listened to their episodes on Jedi Survivor and their discussion of the finale of a certain content that we will not be discussing on this channel until it is resolved. And I've noticed some other podcasts that have spoken on it, that have covered the show. And this is no shade to them, and this is their personal opinion, but they had mentioned how they covered it because all they do is Star Wars content. So I am not blasting that soundtrack while in a scare, but I know exactly what you mean, Callahan. I think it's perfectly fine to say I stand in solidarity with the writers and the actors, and then proceed to talk about the struck content. Like, I think the channel Star Wars Explained did a very good job of this, where he put a disclaimer at the beginning of every episode and would basically say, like, hey, this was made during the 2023 SAG-AFTRA strikes, and the show would not be possible and would not exist without the hard work of the writers and actors. I think that's perfect. I think that's a really good way to talk about it, to discuss it. I also think that, like, if you want to discuss it and you want to discuss the show, I think that's fine. Obviously, SAG is not telling people to, the guidelines can be a bit confusing, because what counts as free promotion can be considered to be like nebulous. But if you go to a fan event, I don't fucking like you. I have unfollowed so many creators because they're posting at fan events, and they're like, "Oh, I went to this," and then their comment in response is, "But I'm not a writer or an actor." That's why they're asking you to stand in solidarity, jackass. Or like this one particular wanker overseas. See, I'm using wanker because he's British, but posted like a 3.5 minute video talking about, oh, well, I should be able to go to the fan events in England because it's an American problem, not an English one. Cool. You're still a scab. And the thing is this person, and I'm not gonna name names, but he's got a very problematic friend circle, but we won't talk about that. Hanging out with abusers and shit. But this person in particular cosplays as Ezra Bridger. And I want to ask for type in chat, what is Kanan's final lesson to Ezra in Star Wars Rebels? It's not a trick question. What's his final lesson? Eli, chat, what do we think? No, we are all flammable. That is a lesson, but it is not the lesson. What is the lesson about? It is not about being alone. What is
the end of Rebels in a while.
It's not a trick question. We all know what happens to Kanan, right?
Right.
What does he do with his life? He's sacrificed. Kanan's last lesson, and it's reinforced by Ahsoka in The World Between Worlds, that his final lesson is about sacrifice for the greater good. Kanan gave up his life, his love with Hera. He gave up his any choice to see his future child. He gave all of that up because that's what Jedi do. Jedi sacrifice for the greater good. And if there is an instance where there is a greater good and you don't commit that sacrifice, you are missing the point. And I was very upset to see that this creator, who for a time I had looked up to, I was like, yeah, he's a bit of a dick, but like, most people are. But I really enjoyed his cosplays. I thought they were well done. I thought they were well made. and I saw that he was really blowing up, and to see him make that video and then to go to justify and say, well, I don't want to get cancelled, so I'm making this video. Not all British people sound like that. Charlie, you are the exception. I love you. Also, Sydney and Lauren
Nick.
and Nick.
Lauren.
Yeah, y'all are cool. Y'all. Also, my other friends who are British. Full love to y'all. It's not your fault where you were born, but you can always change. Anyways, that's a joke. That's a joke for another day. We all know I love my England bashing, but we do love our British bucketheads. Y'all are cool. But anyways, so the point is, if you love a character so much and you miss the point, I am indeed a jokester and a silly little guy. I do enjoy causing mischief and mayhem. But I will read the disclaimer. Ready? Disclaimer voice time. Disclaimer.
Oh, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Under the Humble Podcast does not condone the dislike of British people. Dylan is just a jokester and a silly little guy, and he loves causing mischief and mayhem. Please do not take it seriously. British people, you are cool. Anyway, with that being said, trying to get back on my train of thought here. With that being said, if you cosplay a character, it means that character resonates with you. I don't cosplay characters that don't resonate with me, and I think a lot of other cosplayers also agree with that. That every character you cosplay resonates with you in some way, shape, or form. So it's very difficult to see somebody be such a prominent cosplayer of this character whose whole arc from season 1 of Rebels until season 4 and even beyond, but that's Struck content, is about sacrifice and what his sacrifice means to people. And to completely miss that and have that fly in your face, it's just disappointing. It's just very disappointing to see. So I just unfollowed this person because honestly, you're not worth my time. You're not worth my energy. You do not deserve the platform that you have. And do better. Genuinely do better. Instead of sitting, there's an old saying that my dad used to say is if you are in a room and everyone is an asshole, maybe you need to look in the mirror. Maybe you need to look at yourself and go, well, if everyone is being an asshole, maybe I'm giving them a reason to be an asshole. Just a thought. But yes. Also, I just want to give us a moment to we posted about this on our story when it happened. It's not breaking news, but congratulations to the WGA for getting their victory.
Yes.
So credit where it's due. Shout out to the WGA. SAG-AFTRA, we are still standing in solidarity with you guys. We understand that it is not easy, and I'm trying to remember the creator's name. Her name is I think it's Jacobella Longo, who I follow. She's in SAG, and she's been posting a lot of really good information about SAG and the strikes. Did you know that the total revenue cost of what the writers and actors were asking for is 2%? 2% of their total profits would now go towards the writers and actors. How much money does the entertainment industry, how much money do the companies in the AMPTP make in profit every year? And to lose just 2% of that, to pay people fairly. And it's really these whole strikes have really made me think about the stereotype of the starving, struggling actor. And I genuinely think that's deplorable, and I think it's horrible, and I think we need to do better to get that, because We are a society that will send $100 billion to a country that's actively doing genocide, but we won't spend that on our people, so people aren't homeless, so people don't starve, and it doesn't matter if you here's okay for those who do not know, I studied political science in college, and one of the things that people love to bring up is, oh, the social contract, I never signed the social contract. Welcome to society. If you're in society, you sign the social contract whether you wanted to or not. Sorry. So if you are upkeeping your end of the social contract and being a part of the society, why the fuck should the society not uphold their end of the social contract and not make your life living hell? You should not be forced into misery because you made one mistake in life. You should not be forced to have a life of less or misery because you decided simply, you know what? I want to be in a career that doesn't make as much money. Because at the end of the day, money should be for commodities. What is not a commodity? Food, water, shelter. We have commodified these things, but they are not commodities. They should be for the people because guess what? Without us, without the people, there is no food. There is no water treatment plants. There is no water processing. There is, the electricity. Things that make people's lives easier should not be commodified. Now, as you can see, I like my Legos. I'm a Lego collector. That is a commodity. That is an extra. And that's okay. It is okay to have shiny bobbits that you like. There are plenty of commodities in the world. Entertainment is a commodity, but the people that provide that entertainment should be compensated fairly. These people should be paid for what they're worth. The profit is excess value extracted from not paying your workers enough. And you know, they're in a free market capitalist society. I use the term free market very loosely because our market is not fucking free. But anyway.
No, everything's expensive.
Yeah, everything's expensive as shit. I meant free. I went free market in the sense that it is a capitalist society. In a capitalist society, there are certain things, in my opinion, if we want to keep the capitalist model, that need to change. We Nothing is designed. So economics time. Economics is based on supply and demand. So if demand is here and your supply is here, obviously the price is going to be high. But if your demand is here and your supply is here, price is going to be low. Okay. There are certain things that have built-in demand that will never not have demand. Everybody points to Maslow's hierarchy of human needs. Food, water, shelter. Your basic needs should not be because they have a built-in demand and demand is really high. So you can just write a funny little number on the paper if you so choose to, because you're just being a silly little guy. And you know what? Maybe we should charge $10 for a case of water because fuck you. We have and you don't. What are you going to do? Not drink water? What are you going to do? Not eat? So, anyways, that is a very big soapbox. That's a very big rant for another day. But I'm just saying, in the richest country on earth, there should not be people that are dying of starvation. There should not be people that are dying of homelessness. And we should not be sending $100 billion to a country that is doing an active genocide when when you have people that are dying in your country. But that's neither here nor there. I love that we say, you know what, we don't have money for healthcare, but war, we got plenty of money for war, baby.
We always get money for war.
Always, yeah. Fun that war machine, baby. Let's go. Military industrial complex. Gotta make the funny squiggly line go brr. But anyways, that got very heavy. I love how we started this episode off talking about scare acting in a haunted house.
And we got to, well, this.
Yeah. But anyways, solidarity with SAG-AFTRA. You should follow their pages for updates. We will do our best to post on ours. You know what? It's 40 minutes in, and you know what I haven't done? I haven't done a call to action. You know it's been a while if we haven't done the call to action. While you're here, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to Under the Helmet Podcast. Join our Discord. We post in it sometimes. Follow us on Instagram. We post sometimes. Follow our personal ones because, we post on there more. Yes, Adam Conover is also great. Shout out to Adam Ruins Everything. He can be a bit pretentious at times, I will admit. Sometimes he does annoy me, but overall he does have good content. So,
and he's been probably my biggest news source when it comes to everything with the strikes. Like it's pretty good.
Absolutely. So, do you have anything else you'd like to discuss, Eli? How's your life going?
Life is moving and grooving. My favorite Ghostbusters game, Spirits Unleashed, got an update, and pretty hyped about that. Let's see what else. I don't know how well everybody can hear me. Oh well. Yeah, life is good. We're figuring it out stream. I've been playing with stuff here in the background. We may be able to figure out a way for this to work. We may not. We'll see what we do. Regardless, we'll still keep having the show. It's just a matter of what form that show takes. So
absolutely, we are trying new things because we realized we're paying a lot of money each month for StreamYard, and this is no shade to StreamYard. They had a lot of great, things on there. But I forgot to tell Eli that it costed money. And I was like, I said something to them about the day, and he was like, "It might cost money." I was like, "Yeah." I just never thought about it. So
we've been paying for this?
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it was a great platform, but we wanted to try out some other options. So we are trying out YouTube. We may end up going over to Twitch. We will see. There are many such incidences that may go on. This podcast will transform. Maybe we'll record on Twitch and we'll post a VOD. Maybe we might take the Clone Army Radio route of recording an episode via Zoom or Skype and then posting it from there. Go back to our roots, baby. Woo! Maybe we'll be doing more edited content in the future and then posting it and then doing silly little live streams and updates, things like that. So there's a lot of options. We are trying to explore some different ones. Plus, we've kind of run into a rut content-wise without, and we've kind of I know personally myself, I've had a really hard time making and creating content that does not feel like it's towing the line of violating the strikes. I don't know if you feel the same way, Eli.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. I have not posted since my Spider-Man photo shoot.
Which you should definitely...
Let's be real honest. It's been a while.
If I were a social media manager, I would say you should post some stuff now because Spider-Man game just dropped.
That's fair.
Spooderman 2, which honestly looks amazing. The graphics look incredible. Also, did you hear you can take fall damage?
I also heard that you can turn fall damage off.
Yes.
But yes, you can take fall damage. It will just murder you.
Yes. Callahan said, "So subscribe and join the excellent chaos of the most disorganized podcast in the galaxy if you want 19 inches of venom." What did they mean by that? What did they mean by 19 inches of venom, dude? All right.
They know what they meant by that. They know what
Eddie, 19 inches of venom, Eddie. I don't know how well my voices are coming across because I know I sound hoarse as shit.
It's a little rough, but we're making it work.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to say before we let the poor people go?
Anything else do we want to say? What else do I want to say? Not much. Not much to say. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining another episode of the most disorganized podcast on the internet. If you like what you saw here today and you want to join the chaos and you want to stay updated for all of the fun things, don't forget to like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to the Helmet Podcast. Hit that bell icon. Also, don't forget, in the links down there below is our personal Instagram, our Discord. Follow that. Follow the Instagram. Follow the Discord. You know the drill. If you like what you saw here today and you thought, dang, this is really chaotic, I wanna message these guys. You can do that by liking, by commenting, by DMing us on Instagram. If you have any ideas for future topics, send us a message. We're struggling, bro. But with that being said, have a good one. May the force be with you. For light and life and 19 inches of venom. Goodbye, everybody.